Hello everybody, thanks for coming back to my channel. We've got a good hodgepodge of things to go over today, so I want to go into a little Walmart story that I've got. I was in the market for a new computer for VIPKID. That's an interesting story. Phone. Be very careful of your phone. So I know everyone probably on this channel has a phone. I'm going to get you into a story here on be very careful with your phone. Third thing I want to go into on contracts. So I'm up for my first contract renewal here at the end of the month. I've peppered support with questions, and I have a very surprising thing to tell you on contracts that I was not aware of, and you need to be careful of this if you're in the same boat as me. And the last thing, the fourth thing, Beijing. As of a couple days ago, we got word on when Beijing students are going back, so I'll share that with you, and let's get right into it. So I was in the Walmart going for a new computer, in the market for a new computer here, and anyways, they had a limited supply to pick from. They had two Chromebooks, which are no-go for VIPKID teachers because they are not compatible with Chromebook. They had an $1,100 Acer, which is not compatible with my budget. And they had this one. They had a Dell. So they had a Dell computer marked for, you might be able to see it there, $849. He rings it in like, oh, this one's on for $600. So I said, great, sign me up for that one. It's a little bit faster of an HP computer. So I said, great, that sounds good. So I get home and I'm setting it up, and usually, you know, it asks you lots of questions to get into it and whatnot. This asked me, I think, about 3 questions. I said, don't track my location, which I'll talk to you about phone in a second here on that. And I did not set up the time zone. And this sucker already has that set up. So they sold me a used computer, Walmart. You didn't even clear things. So I then go in to try and clear the thing because I had all my passwords and stuff set up on it. I'm like, well, I'm not going to use this anymore. And the computer was slow as cold molasses. It wasn't very good, and it was loud. You could hear it from the next room. So I'm like, this is a lot worse than what I've got. So I try to return it to Walmart, and because of the COVID-19 stuff, they won't take it back opened. So I have to wait until all the restrictions are gone for me to take it back. So anyways, just be careful of what you get at Walmart, especially with electronics, because it could be used like this guy was as well when they know my time zone and I didn't input it, and they don't know my location. So anyways, buyer beware with Walmart. That's my first story. My second one is another doozy here. Be very careful with your phone, okay? The reason why I say that is because it is so easy to hack into your phone. I did not know this up until a few years ago, but you look quickly on the internet and you will see, if you don't put a password on your phone and I get a hold of your phone, I can have all your stuff in the matter of a few minutes. And even if you do put a password, if you click on a link that's got a bug in it, I can have all your stuff again. So, and this is not fear-mongering, this is reality, folks. Your phone can and will be used against you. If you don't believe me, look at Jamal Khashoggi. Look at Jeff Bezos. Take a look at Pegasus. Go and search for Pegasus, the software. This software was owned by an Israeli company, and they sold out to the Saudis. And the reason why the Saudis wanted it is because the Israel-based company wouldn't let them have access to their software because they knew they were going to do bad things with it. So what do the Saudis do? They go out and buy the software for an obscene amount of money, and then they start abusing it. And they have started abusing it. It was on 60 Minutes. You can look it up there as well. But just look up Pegasus, and that shows you how easy it is to get into someone's phone. The things that they can use against you, if people want access to your information, they can get access to your texts, your phone calls, your videos, your location, your photos, your calendar, your browser history. They can tap your microphone to hear your conversations. They can play your camera without the light being on. They can get your app info and collect passwords. That is exactly what they can do. And how do I know this? Because this has been a big interest of mine, because I believe my phone was hacked a few years ago. And again, I will first state I have no proof of this. I have no proof. I blew the whistle at an establishment And I collected evidence for a few months from this establishment. I'm not going into any other details other than that. And I went to people and told them the issues that I saw. And within months of me doing so, I felt my phone was hacked. One day I felt my phone, and for hours on end it felt like it was on fire. I did not know at the time what was going on. But after the fact, I put it together, and I feel, and I've got no proof of this, I've got no proof of any criminal activity at this establishment. No proof. I've got a lot of suspicious activity. That's it. I've got no proof. So it's just my own gut intuition and collecting things for months on end. So I felt my phone was hacked because, for obvious reasons, if I'm blowing the whistle, people might want to know what I'm doing. So just be careful with your phone. I'm not trying to fearmonger you. I'm just giving you the realities of the world we live in right now, and take that for what it's worth. Third thing, let's go on to VIPKID from a side tangent here and back to VIPKID. So on your contracts, I was interested, and as you know, I've been holding off putting out my schedule. And I've been holding off here now signing my contract. I'm now 15 days out until my contract renews. I have been holding off. I felt that I should keep holding off because who knows, if I get sick or I get injured or whatever, I want to hold this contract off and then sign it at a later date. So I felt I had no risk in signing it later. Well, I do have a risk, because if you don't sign your contract and you're 2 weeks out to booking slots, you're all of a sudden not going to get any slots, or you're not going to be able to open up any slots or get pre-booked, because you have to sign your contract before that 2-week period, because then you can't start opening up your schedule for those days. And for me, that's a big deal, because I've been playing it where I'm not into the pre-booking frenzy and not putting out my schedule. So I would have been dumbfounded to say, why aren't people booking me? Because I have to have had my contract signed 2 weeks before the frenzy that's taking place there, 2 weeks out. So I rushed in today and signed my contract for that reason, in the 11th hour here, because in a few days I would have started getting no students and wondering what the heck is going on. So just FYI, sign your contract right away. The last thing, Beijing students. So we got, it's over the internet there now. They released news a couple days ago. Beijing students will be going back at the start of June. So they will be doing this in phases. So they're starting with the upper grades and working down. They want to sort of test the waters. I suspect other big cities will follow suit as well with this, but Beijing is going back at the start of June. I don't know if they're going over the summer. I didn't get any details on that. But then some of the lower grades are going to come back a week after, and they're just going to keep staggering it. So I suspect all of Beijing will be back by the middle of June, but the first students are going back June 1st. So just keep that in mind for your schedules and whatnot and with the bookings. So that's it for today. Leave some comments on stories on phone stuff. I'm interested on that, as well as computers and whatnot and other things that are top of mind. I love reading your comments. I try and respond to all of them. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody. Please hit subscribe.